Week number 2 of the summer for the Coast to Coast Racing League, brought to you by Extreme E-Speed, brings us to Limaland Motorsports Park for another edition of Monday Night Madness. The best sprint car drivers on the iRacing platform get set to go. And to kick things off this evening, the Slide Job Racing Network present to you the B Division for the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It's the Rebels, brought to you by Langdon Mechanical. We welcome you to the Tim Chapman Racing pre-race show, the Limaland Motorsports Park. A fun bull ring to watch. High side, low side, any side you want to go. It's a lot of fun, and we've got an all-star crew to break things down for you. So glad you could join us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Let's get that group photo show up there. There they are. Marcus DeCallo with you up on the top right. Below me is Zach Chapman. To my right is Brandon Dittmer, and I don't know if it's perpendicular from me, but diagonally from me is Isaac Salas. Zach, I'm going to begin with you. You and I were in the booth last week for the race at Charlotte, and you proclaimed it as the best racing in coast-to-coast race league history with the new update.
Yeah, it was. It was a fresh start for everybody. Everybody, had their own things to figure out. But it looks like tonight, got a little smaller car count. Don't know the exact count, but definitely a smaller field. But we should still see some good hard racing tonight. And the top 5 want to race in the A Series tonight.
Isaac, I'll go to you now, as you won the Rebels race earlier on. Isaac will be running the Rebels race in just a bit. What's this new update like?
She's definitely different. I think the biggest thing here in the features now is tire life. If you can keep your tires good by the end, I mean, you got a whole lot better shot of winning these races. So just a lot of patience is going to be what I think takes the win now.
Isaac's about to race. Brandon, I'll get one final thought as well from you. Oh, look at that. Dean decided to show up too.
You didn't tell me there was a link. I gotta bring the bullets to the telecast. Come on. Can't give it all to ZZ Top.
Yeah. There we go.
Brandon, I want to bring you in here as we're set to go for heat race number 1. Brandon, just Limaland, what is this place like?
Limaland, and it is so tight, especially with this new build. It's going to be a million times more difficult, but I feel like with the new build, it has brought a lot better racing. As you guys said last week, it was some of the best racing that I've seen in coast to coast history. I am really excited for it, and I cannot wait.
Well, let's get set to go with heat race number 1. Heat 1 brought to you by Flatline Racing Bodies, quality racing bodies produced by Dan Chapman in the iRacing hotbed of Clarence, Iowa. Here's the starting lineup here for the Rebels. Heat race number 1. On the front row via random draw, Greg Parmalee in the 4, and next to him is Cody Graham in car number 2. Row number 2, Jeff Kemper on the outside of Brandon Ishkanian making a rear dirt appearance in the 19. Row number 3 is Superman Kurt Schatzer next to Isaac Salas in the 5. Actually, Isaac Salas out of row 4. Jeff Kemper starting from the tail. Not at the 24 driver car count, so everyone will transfer out of this feature, out of this heat, to move on to our 30 lap feature this evening. It's time to get the Rebels going here at Limaland Motorsports Park. Green flag about to fly. Let's go. Parmalee gets away with the jump down the chute, just about 3 wide for the 4th spot. Isaac Salas with the advantage. He looks underneath as Graham edges out Kemper for 2nd, but Parmalee leads lap number 1. Zach, we're off to a fun start here. Greg's probably glad it's all behind him, as I think Isaac just popped a Tory tire.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I mean, Isaac is making the bottom work. I haven't run at this track at all this week, but it never used to work, and with this new update, Isaac is making it work. It's looking good.
But now let's watch Jeff Kemper as he's starting to run up on the top shelf. That's the risky part to run, just about 3 wide for the race lead, Dean. This is some wild stuff. Kemper's playing risky, dancing with the devil.
Yeah, what does Grandma hide with the out on the top shelf there, Marty?
Mama hides the cookies up there, but Parmalee pounds the wall.
Oh, way to move. Wow.
And Salas takes the number 5 to the point. Greg lost 3 spots there from the lead to 4th. Up on the wall again, Cody Graham to P3. Kemper second, but it's the salsa man, Brandon Dittmer, out in front.
Did you just call me Brandon Dittmer?
No, I was trying to communicate to Brandon. Alrighty, coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go, Cody Graham in 3rd, Kurt Schatzer in 4th. But it's Isaac Salas out in front, quickest lap, 11:43. Here they come to the checkers. Salas starts on pole this evening. Kemper 2nd, Graham 3rd, and Schatzer 4th.
It's Isaac's playground. It's Isaac's sandbox, and we're all playing in it.
Yeah, usually I can only see Brennan Lacey making that low side work, so it's really interesting to see somebody else do it for once.
Absolutely. Very surprising, too. Let's go to Heat 2. Go ahead, Isaac.
Oh, it's just beginner's luck, that's all.
Let's go to Heat Race number 2. Heat 2 is brought to you by the good friends at Langdon Mechanical. Langdon Mechanical, the second to none heat and air conditioning company in the Hamilton area, and they promise their customers that their own Langdon specialist will be there 100% of the way. Every equipment sale, installation, maintenance service call they make is back to 100% by Langdon. Here's how the starting lineup looks. On the front row gives us the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer, next to the one of Joe Dirt Canellis. Row number 2, on the inside, the 63 of the Moose of Joe Masso and Dean Reynolds in the 79. Row 3 gives us the Mayor, Steve Bixler, and 2 is outside. It's the 21 of the Flying Fry, Kevin Fry. Rounding out the field tonight is Gary Alfutt in car number 94.
I'm excited to see where the track kind of transitions to here. See if it stays on the bottom or if the top starts to come in. Brandon's hoping the bottom, Dean's hoping the top.
Well, you proved that you can get it done anywhere. You went from worst to first, so we'll have to see what they can do here.
Alrighty, here we go for heat race number 2. We are underway. Just going to briefly there mute Dean and Brandon just so in case something happens, as we nearly had contact between Dean and Joe. 4 wide into turn number 1. Isaac, this is getting good.
Yeah, and there was contact down the backstretch here. Still 3 wide.
Dean moves up into P2. All the action happening behind Brandon Dittmer. Canellis wants that bottom to work, Stack, but I don't think he's got it just yet.
Nah, Dean's hooking up that middle. He's doing just what he needs to do. Cutting down the can't get a slider on him. He's doing what he needs to do. He's right where he needs to be.
Gary Alfa pulls off the track. We stay under the green flag. We're coming to the cross flags this time by 4 up and 4 down. Canellis sends it into 1 and 2. Isaac, that slider line not working just yet.
No, it used to be super predominant even in the heat races here, and I'm liking that it's kind of locked down the bottom as the track, as the night goes on, it should migrate towards the top here.
Canellis just set a personal best last time by 11:75. He's got company from Kevin Fry with 2 laps to go. Fry washes his way up the racetrack, but currently, Zach, it's all Brandon Dittmer coming to the white flag.
Yeah, Brandon Dittmer walked away early on. Dean fought hard for second, and it seems like it's just a 2-car battle here.
Spider Monkey comes through 3 and 4. Isaac Salas and Brandon Dittmer on the front row. Dittmer wins heat race number 2. Reynolds second, Fry third, Masso fourth. Followed by Canellis, Bixler, and Offutt. Offutt pulled it into the pits before he could take the checkered flag. Well, it is warm-up time, brought to you by the Oswegan Speedway, and we'll take a pause, too. We'll step aside. The feature coming up next to the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
How about the reverse for Lucy Olsen? She has her first point. Yeah, Lucy Olsen, talented sophomore.
Warm-ups in the books here at Limaland Motorsports Park. And Isaac Salas the quickest at 11.67. We're ready to go racing here. Let's meet the field in the catalytic recovery starting lineup. On the front row, it's Sly Job, Isaac Salas in car number 5. Next to the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer in the 83. Row number 2 on the inside, it's Dean Reynolds in the 79. On the outside, excuse me, Jeff Kemper next to him in car number 181. Row number 3, Cody Graham in the 2, and the Flying Fry, Kevin Fry in the 21. Row 4, Superman, Kurt Schatzer in the 218, next to Joe Masso in the 63. Rounding out the top 10 is Mike Cranmer in the 70, and Joe Dirk Canellis in the number 1. Row 6 is Greg Parmalee in the 4, and the mayor, Steve Bixler, in the 75. Here is how the rest of the field looks. Row number 7, and rounding out the field, Brandon Ishkanian in the 19, and Gary Offutt in the 94. So we get set to go racing here for 30 laps at Limaland. Zach, I got to ask you, who's your pick to win?
Well, Dean said it perfect earlier. This is, Isaac's world, and we're just living in it. So, I mean, you got to pick that guy.
Well, we should be in for a treat. I don't know. It's tough to say who could win. If anyone can pull it off outside of Isaac, wouldn't be surprised if I saw Brandon or Dean up there, but we'll see. As we get set to go, it's the Lucy Olsen Star first feature of the evening. The Rebels underway here at Limaland.
Isaac able to clear him off of 2.
Kemper stuck up in the second position. Oh, look out. Dean sideways. Contact from Kevin Fry, and immediately we go yellow. Apparently we have some extracurriculars. Mike Cranmer and Brandon Ishkanian. Interesting stuff here. Lap 1, we make it to turn 3, and Calamity breaks out. Now, Dean is able to retain the 4th position as he was able to keep the car straight. Fry, unfortunately, as he spun the ride out, is taking that number 21 into the pits. Let's show you from a closer angle here. Zach, what happened from this perspective?
Looked like, to me, Dean just got a little loose, and then, he had nowhere to go. But Dean, lucky, had the cards in his corner tonight, and he gets to hold his spot, so let's see what he can do with that.
That is a big save from Dean. Let's ride on board with Kevin. Right there, just barely that shot. And we'll go Dean Reynolds. Then after this, we'll ride on board with Brandon Ishkanian and show you what happened between him and Mike Cranmer.
We're back green here. Isaac's up front.
We are back green. Thank you.
Kemper's not letting him go, though, Marty. He's hanging right with Isaac. He's really surprising me here.
Absolutely. Kemper having a great start. He may have done a lot of practice coming on in as we are 3 laps in the books. Quickest lap currently belongs to Kemper with that 11.73. He's got something for Salas here at Limaland.
Yeah, I know our boss, John Hine, it's his birthday today, so shout out to him. Happy birthday, John. But he puts a lot of work in these setups for us, so we'll see what Jeff can do with Isaac here.
The overall champ, Cody Graham, is 3rd. Your race for 4th is between Dittmer and Reynolds in the turn 3. Now, from what we saw at Charlotte, will we see something similar to that where the high side is going to take a lot more tire wear than the bottom? But I've been noticing a lot of drivers right in the middle to low groove.
Yeah, I would imagine as we see Kemper here go high, I would imagine that, the guy up there letting it eat is going to heat up the tires and increase wears. But we'll have to see here at the end of the race what they look like.
Kemper says it's time to eat. He slides it in. Salas pulls away just a bit. 8 laps complete.
Yeah, I'm really surprised there when Jeff went up top. I thought it was going to work on Isaac, but Isaac has proven that the bottom is the fast line right now. He's making it work.
Let's go back to the race for 4th. Dittmer has Reynolds clear, and here comes the Moose, Joe Masso, wanting to let it loose underneath for 5th on Dean Reynolds. Can he clear? He can barely, but he's loose off of turn 2. A lot of drivers sideways on lap 11. I don't know if it has to do with all the rubber taken up top or if it's just really slick at the moment. Masso around the outside. He's got 5th at the line. Biggest mover at the moment is behind Dean and Joe, and that is Steve Bixler up 4 positions. He started 12th. He's running 8th, Zach.
Yeah, got Isaac coming up on lap traffic here. Lapper was just in the fence in front of him, so we'll have to see how quick he gets by him. It's going to matter here.
Kevin
just
Fry.
right on him.
Kevin Fry really sideways. Off of turn 4, and it's Isaac's time to use the cushion. And now I believe he has not used the high side as much as Kemper has, so this could be where Isaac has the slight advantage.
I think in certain circumstances, yes, but Kevin Fry, he was pretty smart there. It looked like he didn't race the leaders too hard there. He just let Isaac go.
Masso's got something in this 63. He's on the outside of Dittmer, and the Moose takes away 4th, but he's 2.8 seconds behind Cody Graham at the moment.
Yeah, with 14 to go here, you know, he's going to need a caution if he wants to do anything, Marty. I just don't see him being able to make that kind of time up.
Absolutely. Dittmer trying to recover. Meanwhile, Salas currently with an 0.8 of a second lead. Next driver he approaches is the 70 of Mike Cranmer, who is already a lap down. There's Cody Graham, the overall champ, at the 3rd spot. Graham coming off a win Thursday night in the Cup Trail at Auto Club Speedway. Let's go to the race for 5th position. Kurt Schatzer has also saved his tires up at the right time as he tries to use the cushion. You see Dittmer as well with some tail tank damage. Some fuel bar damage, I should say. As Schatzer makes the run, can't make the pass work for 5th position yet. Dittmer tries to shut the door on him in his face, cannot. Schatzer around the outside, he's got 5th at the line with 10 to go.
Ish Canyon and Greg Parmley racing hard in front of the leader. It's helping Kemper slowly reel him in.
This could get interesting. There you see Salas on the bottom, but Kemper also has to get past Mike Cranmer as well, which is always a tough task. 8 laps to go here at Limaland. And Kemper is having a tough time on corner Rexa here, Zach.
Yeah, Cranmer's definitely not giving him much room, and Jeff cannot slide up on corner exit. You might try to slide him here. No, he didn't go for it.
7 laps to go. 3 wide. Oh, Parmalee and Salas touch. But they keep it straight. 6 to go. And Kemper is still not past Mike Cranmer yet. This just allows Cody Graham to get closer and closer here. 5 to go, Zach.
Yeah, Isaac did a great job of keeping out of throttle and make sure he wasn't freaking out and spinning the tires when there was wheel contact there. That could have been real bad for him. Good job by Isaac.
Nice patience from Isaac as well. We noticed Ishkanian riding the wall. Decides to let off. 4 laps to go. Jeff Kemper tries to make his way past Greg Parmalee. Is that possible? Not just yet. But Kemper is running the cushion.
Eat the high side.
He has got something with 3 to go. Races for the lead in turn 2. Caution! Kevin Fry and Dean Reynolds. And that's going to change everything. Oh my. I thought we were going to see a long run to the end, but nope, we have to wait.
Now you got to wonder about the Moose now. He was coming. He was quick. Kemper discovered the high line, so you got to wonder if what he's going to do here, if he's going to defend the slider in turn 1 or if he's going to go high. This is going to get fun, Marty.
Yep, Kevin Fry caught the wall. Let's ride on board with Dean Reynolds. As he was just an innocent bystander in all of this, and he has to take the car to the pits. Bixler with a nice miss. Remember, top 5 transferred to the Renegades portion of the card. And there will be a 2-lap shootout. Now, something interesting here with Isaac, a single file restart here too, keep in mind. He has got some bar damage on the right side. That could be something interesting. Now we know Isaac's got a freebie lap here, but does Kemper have anything on that outside? About to find out. A 2-lap shield to determine who wins at Limaland.
Slide job with a great restart there on Kemper.
Kemper was caught sleeping. Here comes Masso, looks around the outside for P3. Does that work out? A fun race off turn 4. Masso takes third. White flag is out, 1 to go. How about the start for Isaac Salas? It may not be over yet. Kemper, one final charge on the outside. Slide jobs 2 for 2 this season. Kemper second, Masso third, Schatzer fourth, Cody Graham fifth. They move on to Renegades tonight.
Great run for Isaac there. You gotta wonder, looking back on it though, Kemper with the big run out of 4. What happens if he runs the high side those last 2 laps? I know he's paranoid of a slider, but you gotta wonder if he got a little cautious and maybe lost one there.
We'll have to see your top 3 pose for photos. Of course, Dean's got to go in there and give him a good race. Congratulations. Almost thought for a moment Dean was about to get stuck in cold mud or something. So let's pull up your official results here on your screen. Salas the winner, Kemper second, Masso third, Schatzer fourth, Cody Graham fifth, Dittmer sixth, Bixler seventh, off at eighth, Ishkania ninth, Reynolds 10th, Parmalee 11th, Mike Cranmer 12th, Kevin Fry 13th, Joe Canellis 14th. All right, let's talk with your top 3. Let's begin with Joe Masso, and that's 63. Joe, from 8th to 3rd, positives you take away from today?
Yeah, it's going to be running the middle. That's where it's going to be good. Hopefully the track doesn't go 100% next race. But yeah, just keep a steady throttle and run the middle and avoid the carnage.
You had a really good charge late in the going. Is the long run where you want to be?
Oh, 100%. I hope it goes green in the main. If I make the main, you know. But yeah, I hope it goes green, and just that long run's definitely my strong suit at this track. I love this track, so hopefully I can put it back on the box in A-Class.
Absolutely. Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
I'd like to thank Fast Eddie's Hot Rods, Main Street Auto, Speed Shop 51 for an awesome set, and my teammates Cody, Jake, Eddie, and John, and you guys for an awesome broadcast.
Alrighty. We'll let you go. Great job tonight.
Thank you.
That's Joe Masso, our 3rd place finisher. Our 2nd place finisher this evening is Jeff Kemper. Jeff, I got to ask you, man, on this one. When you saw the caution flag come out, you were getting a full head of steam. What's the first thing you said inside the cockpit?
Oh, crud. That's pretty much it, man. I was starting to get it running, getting through the lap cars and everything. I could see his back bumper, and it was just getting closer and closer, and kept pushing and saw that caution flag and knew it was going to be a heck of a fight there, you know, for the last 2 laps of it. And yeah, if we had a couple more laps, I probably could have gained on him and at least gave him a run for his money there.
Did you feel like, obviously you just said that, but do you feel like you had a huge chance to win, I believe, correct me wrong, your first ever Monday Night Madness race?
I thought the chance was there. Earlier in the race, you know, I was just kind of riding around right behind him and seeing what he was doing and kind of keeping my tire wear down and everything to push at the end there. So, yeah, the thought crossed my mind that it was a good possibility of it happening.
Other than that, any other positive takeaways you have from today?
Yeah, 0X out of it, so that's going to add some points to it. Get transfer up to the A division. So, all in all, I think, yeah, it's been a great night.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
I got to thank Gambler teammates, Aiden Young, Young Gun Creations, Andy Piercefield, Cool Ray, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. I got to thank you, Marty, for the broadcast, and Lynn Gear Company, and all my family, friends, and girlfriend.
Alrighty, well, we'll let you go. Great job, and best of luck in Renegades.
Thank you.
Jeff Kemper, our 2nd place finisher. Now we go to Victory Lane to talk with your winner and also a sick burnout by him. Isaac Salas getting the job done. let's pull up the group chat in here.
Yeah, get
Let's
us all
pull
in
this up.
here. We're all here, might as well.
Get everybody all in. Let's show everybody. There we go. Isaac, what a run. What a run.
It was all right. I mean, I was definitely a little too hard on the throttle, to tell you that much. I was still getting loose out of the corners from the first lap. So I got to still work on throttle control here. But yeah, man, it was fun on the bottom there. It was really nerve-wracking to hear all you guys getting excited about Jeff coming up behind me. Tell you what, makes you nervous.
Yeah, it absolutely really does. Now, when you see that caution flag come out, are you getting a good sigh of relief because it's 2 laps to go? You get the freebie lap and stuff like that?
Oh, big time. Gives you a chance to cool the tires. I think that actually is a thing now. I've found that out. Cycling the tires and stuff like that is actually a thing now, and it's awesome. So I was so grateful that thing came out because I probably wore those things out way too much in that long run right there.
Yeah. How tough was lap traffic? I think there was a Code Brown moment between you and Parmalee.
Yeah, that was probably. She was nervous. I'll tell you what. I was scared to be on the bottom there, but I didn't know how my car handled up top. But I didn't really want to try and test it in the middle of 3 wide. But other than that, man, I think I probably could have tried the top, but I'm a bottom feeder apparently. I don't know.
Now, what do you expect for this Renegade race coming up?
From the looks of it, I think the track's going to be burnt off a whole lot more. So I think it'll be a whole lot more multi-groove racing. I think you're going to have your comers and goers just like we did last week. I think this is either going to be the same or almost way better racing than we had last week. I think that's my prediction.
All right. Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
Well, I guess I can say a big shout-out to all you fellas. It's good to have fun in here. Venom Racing, Dean, in the Super Dirt Car Series. Thanks, buddy. I can see you even. Bring Buddy next time, please.
Hey, he's on camera, so maybe afterwards.
I know. There you go. Try and find him before the night's done. Yeah, and then Magnum Race Designs, Got Your 6 Racing Network, RSN Trackside. My Gramps and Top Notch Trucking. Yeah, I know. My Gramps texted me right after the finish line, basically. So I have it right away. And then yeah. Just like thanks to Mission 22, everything that they do for our veterans. And, yeah.
Alrighty, man.
That's all I got.
Alrighty, man. Well, congratulations. A great win.
Cool. Thank you.
Isaac Salas, your winner. Well, we've got a half hour before the next race, so I guess we'll have to deal with some funny shenanigans from all 5 of us. But other than that, we will step aside and go to break and stay with us at the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
For Lucy Olsen, she has her first point. Yeah, Lucy Olsen, talented sophomore.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We've got a while. I know practice is happening right now as we speak, but we have legit a while before we go Renegades Racing, brought to you by Dylan Westbrook Racing. The Renegades race is expected to tee off at 9 p.m. So,
How worn out you think that track's going to be?
Tee off. Tee off.
So
Sponsored by-
we'll give you some free time here at the moment. Marty Sakala with you in the middle. Dittmer's to my right, Solace to my left. The two gents below me. Zach Chapman's got the beard. Dino's got the dirt car shirt on. So first thing we should talk about here while we get set to come back is the big Knoxville Nationals meetup the Coast to Coast Racing League is doing. Roger Craig, our main guy, part of Coast to Coast, the Bass Man, is putting that on along with a bunch of other guys from C2CRL. This will be my first Knoxville Nationals. I know a lot of you guys in here, it's Isaac's first, but for the other three, it's not just their first. They've been to a lot in the past.
Yeah, I'm
Go ahead.
You want me to go? All right, cool. I'm excited because I've been taking a bunch of racing trips here lately, and Dean and I are going to get down on Monday. Well, I'll be there Monday. We're gonna go to Oskaloosa, and then it's just party from there, I think. Marty gets on Tuesday afternoon.
I get in Tuesday afternoon, yes, Central Time.
Yeah, it should be. I'm gonna have a blast. I don't know about you guys. I guess I got a whole week off of work.
Yeah.
Guys.
Oh my gosh, we have an early buddy time.
There it is. The cutest thing on TV.
There you go. The cutest thing on TV.
Look at that.
Our official
Chick magnet
mascot.
is here. Yeah.
Hey, we
Someone
get to
get
see him every
Megan
night
in the
at
chat
least.
here.
Yeah, the chat's been very quiet tonight. Let us know who you're rooting for. If you got any questions for all five of us, just let us know.
Put something in the chat. Give us ideas to talk about. We got over half an hour left.
Yes.
You got some time to kill.
Yes, we've got some time to kill, but while we are at it, let's go around the room. Isaac, what are you looking forward to the most about Knoxville?
Oh man, I think it's just gonna begin to meet everybody. We race the same people week in, week out. You know, some nights or some weeks I only see you guys 2 nights a week. Some of the time I'm racing with you 5 nights a week. So to get to meet a lot of these guys for the first time should be a blast. I feel like I know most of you guys and I've never met you, so I think that's going to be my favorite part about it.
Dean, what are you looking forward to the most?
It's Knoxville Nationals. This is going to be my 3rd year in a row for it, and I've been telling people since I've gone to the very first one, this will be a yearly trip for me. Super Dirt Week is my baby. That's always going to be number 1. But Knoxville Nationals is 1A. And right now it looks like I will be there Saturday before to catch the 360 Nationals. Then I'll watch the Capitani Classic on Sunday. Monday is Oskaloosa. Tuesdays kick Isaac's ass in golf. And then Wednesday starts the Nationals.
Sure. All right. Well, I'll say you can.
I still wins in golf, right?
Yeah. We'll go with that.
Buddy, what are you looking forward to the most?
He'll get to see Megan for the entire week.
Megan for the entire week.
He gets to hang out with Megan the entire time.
Zach, what are you looking forward to the most?
Well, obviously I'm not going there this year. Well, the wife and I, we're working on having a kid and saving up for a new house right now. But I mean, who doesn't love watching sprint car racing? You know, I'll be rooting for all the PA boys. I know Anthony Macri. He's definitely my favorite driver. That's who I'll be rooting for out there. But definitely a little bit of Danny Dietrich too.
We'll save the hometown boy for last here. Brandon Dittmer, what are you looking forward to?
It's free Bud Lights.
Hey, Coors right now. Come on, man.
Oh, there you go. Good. I like that better.
They
won't pick on us.
I've been going to the Knoxville Nationals. Oh boy, it's probably been dang near, if not a decade already. It's so much fun. I live 40 minutes away. I mean, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Just meeting all of y'all. Slideways Mini Nationals. Hopefully we can get a bunch of y'all signed up. I'll talk about more of that in a minute. And possibly Dean, Isaac, on Tuesday, I will probably join you in golf and I'll kick both of your butts.
Yeah, I do believe that one. I believe that one.
Kick my butt. As long as you bring the beer.
If I can shoot like a 79
Oh my God,
on the front 9, on the front 9.
Digits.
Oh my God, I was worried. He was saying 79 through 18 holes. I was like, my God, Isaac, that's impressive.
I mean, I think I can only probably get like 85. I think that's gonna be. You put me out on like Augusta Nationals, we might be putting up like 110, losing like 6 balls, throwing a club in the water. I don't know yet, but
I did one PGA course in my life at the Turning Stone, 121.
Nice.
120. That's not too bad for a PGA course. Let's be real here.
I lost 7 balls.
You lost 7. Oh man.
Well, what I'm looking forward to the most here is, you know, I have never been to a major race event of my life, unless you count Super Dirt Week. Then I've been to that. But the Knoxville Nationals, it's huge. The crown royal of sprint car racing, and I cannot wait to go to that. I can't wait to see this sold out crowd. Can't wait to see what the traffic's going to look like in and out.
It's bad.
And see what
You can't wait.
and see what the small town of Knoxville is like as a whole, getting to
It is
experience it.
small. It is small.
Getting to
So
experience
here's a question
for
I
a
have
week.
for you then.
Okay.
So Brandon obviously lives 40 minutes away.
Okay.
I went to the Show Me 100, and Wheatland, Missouri is probably 455 people on a good day. That race weekend of the Show Me is probably like 10,000, 11,000 people there, right? So what is the equivalent in Knoxville? Are we talking like small town to like insane, or?
Oh God.
Oh, yeah. Knoxville is, I think, 2 intersections, a couple mini marts.
A dingus.
You just
A
put on the
dingus.
script. Dean,
And
you
then
just put on the
there's
script.
this monster fairgrounds
Yeah.
where you got these grandstands that hold 25,000 people.
So Dean, that's just the strip. Straight through Knoxville, right by the track and everything. There's a whole side east there, but it doesn't get much traffic during that. Dingus is the place to go after the races, before and after, actually. Concert after the first night, I believe, and a bunch of stuff going on during the entire week. It's an absolute spectacle. There's people lining the streets day and night. It's incredible.
Awesome. I probably.
You know where I met Brandon Dittmer last year? A church parking lot with a beer.
A church parking lot of beer.
Nothing like a beer and nothing like alcohol in a church. That's
$20
hilarious.
to park the entire week, and
That's a win, man.
yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
God, that was funny, man. I'm excited to see some of the people at Dingus here. Hopefully Devo comes back out of his shell here
Oh, he
and meets
didn't
us
show up
at
last
Dingus,
year. I
dude.
was messaging him.
Oh,
and everything.
man.
Now, get this, guys. My name is on the wall at Dingus, and I wrote it there in 1995.
Oh, man. I wasn't around in 1995.
Me neither.
But my name is on the wall at the Dingus.
That's awesome. That's pretty cool. So, Dittmer, you were talking as well about Slideways. Slideways has a mini nationals there with the go-karts. And I hear you want to get a bunch of coast-to-coast guys in it.
I want to get as many people as we can signed up for this thing. It's been a while since we've had this thing full, and it's honestly trickled down to a one-day event.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yes,
That's why it's not
Dean.
full.
Dean.
Jeez.
Yes, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. But that's the only time that we can do it. You can't really do it after because it's going to be busy as hell. You can't do it in the middle of the day because they open at 11 o'clock for personal people or public people.
Yeah.
8 o'clock in the morning, I would be bringing Isaac over my shoulder because he went to bed a half hour before that.
I think it's going to be the opposite. I think it's going to carry you.
Hey, you know what? What we're just going to have to do is we're just going to have to keep drinking through it. You don't get a hangover that way.
They don't breathalyze you there, BD, do they?
They do not, no.
Oh, well.
Cool.
But no,
By the way, I forgot to mention as well, I don't play golf, but if you three play EA Sports PGA Tour, I'd probably kick your butts in that game. Just saying.
Get out of here, dude. You probably would, too.
I haven't played a golf game since Rory McIlroy's.
Since there was the
game.
Rory McIlroy game? Yeah.
Oh,
so,
man.
So,
It
but
looks like we need to get a broadcaster PGA game going.
Yeah,
so we
can we
need-
just get a special event of Coast to Coast and just like broadcast?
a
it?
coast
I
to
just might
coast
have to buy it.
coast golf charity event. How's that?
That'd be fun, man. Actually,
But
You know what?
we should try to live stream the coast to the C2C lounge or something while we're playing our round of golf here.
I think we could.
We
That'd
could get
be
lessons
cool.
from Brennan Lacey in the middle of our round
Yeah.
Jeez.
because that's what we all want.
But we've also got as well real life plans coming up around the corner. I know this weekend is a big weekend for me as I'll be headed out with the Rush Late Models. We've got our big Bill Emick Memorial, a $27,000 to win event, $20K in cash, a $7K ring, and that is a part of Firecracker 100 weekend at Lernerville Speedway. I have been told it is supposed to be the most amount of campers and the biggest attendance of the Chevrolet Performance event, and I cannot wait. Last year, Mark Whitener won the biggest purse in Rush history, and he's looking for a three-peat. But then you got Jeremy Wonderling, who so far in Flint's Touring Series competition this year is undefeated.
Yeah, but you know who I'm rooting for?
I think I know who you're rooting for.
Bam Bam.
Yep.
Brock Pinkerus.
Yeah.
I think he stands about as tall as your right knee. He's about 12 years old, and he's already got a Rush win.
Yeah, it's a weekly
I
win.
wish, man.
Yeah, he's got a weekly win at State Line,
State
and
line, yep.
and 2 podiums so
Was,
far in touring comp. I got to call his first touring podium at Bradford, and every time Bam Bam made a pass, the entire crowd lost their minds. And him.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
was his first win like at State Line, like when you were there?
Not when I was there, no.
Okay.
That
I
was-
didn't know
that
if it
was-
was
that-
when I was talking to you guys while you were at State Line or not.
Yeah, that was a weekly race. No, it wasn't during a World of Outlaw late model.
Okay,
there,
okay.
So
I was gonna say, dang, I missed something.
this is something different, but yeah, Bam Bam is something special.
He
that's
ran
for
a
sure.
big block last year at Charlotte.
That's
It was a big block.
Yeah, no, he ran the 604 late model in the World Short Track,
Okay.
and then he came back and ran his big block
Nice. That's cool.
at the World Finals. Yep.
That's cool. Everybody loves Bam Bam when he comes there. Him and Wonderling have a funny relationship now. If you know Jeremy too, he's a funny guy. He's a lot like a 1980s type guy.
Well, I was
That's awesome.
I was at the World Short Track the year before when Bam Bam ran a Sportsman,
Yeah.
and we're sitting there looking. We had a drivers' meeting at the grandstand and everything, and he comes up to me. He walks up, faces me, and he goes, "What's up, Mr. Reynolds?"
That's Bam Bam.
That is Bam Bam. I was like, it was so cool.
I see that we got Mr. Bixler in the chat saying all of you guys head to Knoxville. We all are except for Zach. Zach has some
Yes.
priorities going on. I understand.
Yes.
First one I met in Knoxville was Stephen Blake.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
Nice.
Do we have any early predictions on
On-
the Knoxville Nationals?
On who's gonna win Knoxville? Oh,
yeah,
boy.
I have a prediction on who's going to win the mini Knox Natties. So,
Get out of here, Isaac.
Yeah, I think we know who's gonna
I
win
think it's
that.
going to be one of these two right here.
I'm going to say shots in a repeat.
You think shots?
I like
repeats?
that's a good pick.
Give me Young Money. Give me Larson.
Yeah, that's a good pick, man.
Going out on a limb there, Murray.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to go with one of those guys, honestly. I mean, my heart's with Kyle Larson, my family's with Shots, so I'm kind of like,
Yeah, but
You can
Peter
pick one of
Gravel's
these.
always a favorite there.
yeah.
Gravel's gonna be quick.
Here's another thing: how you, oh geez, get that long-haired guy to show up. Yeah, Zach. That's from Mixler, by the way.
Yeah, I wish I could, man. But hopefully, I plan on meeting up with Dean here in less than a month at Big Diamond.
Yes.
Sweet, man.
Ooh,
That'll be cool.
nice.
That'll be cool.
Yeah,
So-
no, we'll be there Tuesday, July 11th for the Super Dirt Car Series.
Dean,
Yeah.
I'll be seeing you on July 3rd for the next one, the big Stars and Stripes race at Land of Legends.
At Land O'Lakes. I'll be there. I got a 3:58 show Wednesday at Fulton, and then Brewerton Friday for Sportsman, Land of Legends for Sportsman Saturday. And yep, we come back July 3rd at Land of Legends Super Dirt Car Series.
I wish
That's awesome.
I wish I could see you on Saturday, man. Unfortunately, this big race.
Yeah, Paul thought you were going to be there. I was going to be excited if you were, because actually I'm bringing Corey Reed to do the race directing, so I'm just going to sit there and shake hands, and kiss babies' heads. That's all I'm going to do.
Oh, jeez.
But,
Like a
but
back
hey,
row, I'm just happy to be there.
I'll be hanging out with you guys on July 3rd. I think that's the day of it. And last year, the Stars and Stripes 76 was probably my favorite. I know this year's the 70, but last year's 76 was my favorite Super Dirt race of the year, just with how close of a race that was between
Yeah, it was a
Justin and
great
Max.
race. Yeah, and they're doing 70 laps this year because it's the 70th anniversary at Land of Legends.
Yep.
So that's
cool.
okay.
Yeah.
If I live to be 70, I want somebody to put a race after me too.
There you go. I've seen a couple fun things. I think Fulton has put on some really fun racing here as of late. I've been loving the Land of Legends broadcast with Marty on Dirt Vision.
Thank you.
That's always a plus.
Yeah, and they do a good job.
Yeah.
We had a
It's fun-
great.
It's fun,
we had
it's
some
fun
good
to see
race.
Marty, man.
We had some good racing Saturday night. We had 2 first-time winners, a slide job on the last lap.
That
That
305 race.
Yep, that was the 305
Wow.
race. That was
Oh,
a
that
wild
was a pass
slide
on the
job.
last lap, right?
Yep, by Jordan Hutton.
Yeah, that was wow, dude.
So, but yeah, Nick Root winning a sportsman race at the age of, I think, 15 was cool.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
cool.
Zach Sabaka in his 4th start wins his first ever big block race. Who saw
Yeah,
that
we were
coming?
cheering. We were cheering in here. It was fun to watch, man.
I mean, a year and a half ago, he won the sportsman championship at Super Dirt Week, and now he's a big block winner.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's unbelievable.
Awesome, dude.
Well, and his ride is the same owner as Ronnie Davis's ride weekly at Brewerton on Friday.
Yeah, Tom
It's the same
Clore.
team. Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Oh, man.
it's pretty crazy. So, we should be talking about it as well because we've been doing a lot of the iRacing on here lately, and it's turned out well. We should talk about the NASCAR season so far.
Oh, dude.
As
a
we begin the
blast,
second
man.
half, yeah, it's been a fun first half to the year.
Yeah, I think so too. Are we talking real? Are we talking real? Or are we talking?
We're
in the
talking
league?
real.
Yeah, what do we got? We got 10 weeks left, plus 10 weeks of playoffs.
Yep.
Is that where we're at?
Yep.
Yep. So 20 straight weeks to the finish from here on out. I think the parody's been kind of fun to watch actually.
It has.
RCR definitely showing out this year with Kyle Busch in the car. I was very happy to see Ryan Blaney win the Coke 600. Good for him to get a win. MTJ on the comeback for the year. That's fun to watch. Winning Sonoma even, I think for the first time since 19.
It's been a couple. I think it was 2019 when he won. Yeah.
So I think the season's been fun. Larson's been having a up and down, records or checkers type of season right here. I think the big thing that stands out to me is ever since I think there was a background conversation with Ross, and ever since that he's just been kind of just, I don't know, he's not really been in the limelight too much.
I feel like ever since I interviewed him when he came to town, I think he's been a lot calmer. I feel like
That was a cool interview, by the way. I
Thank you.
completely it threw me for a loop because I opened up Facebook and there was just Marty and Ross Chastain. I was like, what? What did I miss in the last 2 days?
Now, the coolest thing about Ross was I was there live when he did that at Martinsville.
yeah, when he did the Hail
Oh,
Melee.
man.
That's right, because
Yeah,
that was
so good.
I'm trying to think when that was. I think that was after the short track champs, right?
Right in between, yep.
Yeah.
That Sunday in between short track and world finals. And we decided Martinsville was only 2 hours away from Charlotte, so we decided to go.
Not bad of
Is
an
there-
idea.
Is there any big racing you guys are trying to attend in the back half of the year or
I'll be at
next year?
I'll be at Pocono and Watkins Glen later this
Yeah.
year. So
Gonna be in the media?
I
That'd be cool.
I was gonna do New Hampshire, but with all the Land of Legends plans, I've been trying to work with that. So New Hampshire's off the list. Since I have to be in Pennsylvania the weekend at Pocono, I figure why not still do Pocono. And obviously I can't miss Watkins Glen.
Yeah, you might. No way.
I
I'll
definitely.
be at Kansas.
All right, you'll be.
You're
in
going to Kansas?
Going to Kansas.
That'll be a good race, I think. I like Kansas, man. I think it's a fun track. I love the way that it races. You know, you have multiple lines depending on tire wear, what your car setup's like. I think that's one of the. I think those are like my favorite tracks to watch, actually.
If you
Yeah,
want,
absolutely.
go ahead.
Go ahead, Marty.
If you want a fun track to watch a race at in person, it's not Charlotte, it's not Daytona, not Talladega, Bristol.
Oh, big time.
That is a heck of a track to go watch racing at. I've watched both the asphalt and dirt races there. What an experience that is. And it's,
Speaking of that, did you see the news that dirt race for Bristol might be taken off the schedule?
It will not
I
return.
think it will be,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm a big fan of the Bristol night race. I think that's one of my racing goals is to go watch the night race there.
It's well worth it. It is. I feel like, in my opinion, that when the night race got added into the playoffs in 2020 as a cutoff race, that made me think I need to go to this race. Because it's the Bristol night race. The drama goes up like 5 levels.
I know.
So back in 2021, when they did the inaugural dirt race,
Yeah.
I was able to go down there, but rain.
Yep, I was there
Destroyed
too.
Uh-huh.
You were
I was
remember
there
that.
too.
Oh man.
I
Rain
yeah.
destroyed every single bit of my chance. We got there for the truck races. They did one lap of a heat.
And then the
Every-
windshields were
had-
covered.
Yeah,
Everything was
I remember
covered.
that.
Yeah.
And then you
I camped out there like the entire week. I'm trying to remember. I think I got there Thursday,
Oh,
and then it was practice on Friday. Saturday was when they had the track walk, I believe, for Speedway Children's Charity. So I went down there, picked up some dirt, put it in a jar, and then it just started.
oh, speaking of that,
Up, yep. You know, I know what he's gonna go show. I know what he's getting.
you want to take a guess?
I know what it is.
what
Brent,
is that?
part of the
pavement?
track. Where do you think it? No, this is dirt.
Oh, that's dirt.
Well, it used to. I mean, it used to be. It doesn't feel like dirt no more.
Where are you from again, Isaac?
Where am I from?
Yeah.
North Dakota. It ain't from
That's
North
right.
Dakota, I can tell you that much.
Ain't from the-
Mr. Dean?
He's in Minot. It's got one bar,
No,
12
no,
people, and,
sir,
and,
sir,
two,
we're-
and two last names.
Yeah, shh, quit it. You know where this is from, Dean?
What's that?
You know where this nice piece of just dirt is from?
Oswego.
You got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
From where?
Oswego from the 50th Super Dirt Week, and his first, and where
Yeah,
he
that was awesome, man.
and where he
Oh.
became famous by Matt Shepard.
Yeah, apparently, man. That was pretty cool. Also, before I forget, I see Bixler in the chat. I do have my trophies that just kind of hang out behind me. It's a shameless plug, to be honest. That's what it is. I do have my big one back here, I guess.
Oh,
That's probably my favorite one.
oh yeah, he's got the big baby right there.
I know, she's massive. She's
Nice.
taller than me. No, she ain't actually, but she's quite hefty. Yeah, go get yours, man. I got the Coast to Coast Racing League 2023 Winter Nationals overall champion.
Nice.
That's what this one was.
Nice.
So if you guys haven't checked that video out, that was 4 races, crazy finishes for every single race too. Every single race that night was insane.
Yeah, I got my 410 and Enduro trophies.
Not a kid.
I got something over here. It's not a trophy.
Dean and Zach are like, man, you guys just need to stop talking. man."
I got a week 13
No, I
sticker
got a couple
right here.
trophies too. I was just remembering when you were talking about that winner one who finished second.
Yeah, so here's what here's the
Cool. No, this is the coolest.
Oh
$110
yes.
right here. That is.
So
the
here's the fun part about that big old trophy I have behind me. I may or may not have kind of slammed into somebody in the first race of that night and ruined every chance he had to win the championship. So
I still
Formal
finished second
flowers.
in that championship.
you did, I know.
I've
We
got
came in 1 point. I think I was 1 point ahead of you at the end somehow.
I've got the Bristol All-Star Race
This is
diecast
Glory.
when Chase won, and take a look at this too.
There we go. That's cool. I like that.
It lights up.
That is
So
sweet,
you
man.
got- so
I will say, for those of you who think about coming out the slide list for the mini nats, you could win yourself a nice big old trophy like this.
oh
That is
my
cool.
gosh.
Could you imagine trying to bring that baby home?
You'd have. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you'd be able to check that.
Two-door Honda Accord.
That'd be so
Yeah.
tough. That'd be
There
so
you go,
tough.
Dean.
That'd be so tough to check on Delta.
Oh yeah, no, well, no, just make Dean bring it back. Honestly, he's driving back.
Yeah,
if you
just
win,
make
so.
Dean bring it back. I'll pick it up at the dirt car headquarters.
There you go, perfect.
There you go.
Isaac, like I told you, I'll hold on to it until you can find a way back for it home.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm driving, so I mean, I don't know what you're on there. So I got to get my clubs down there one way or another. So we have somehow talked our way to within 13 minutes of the heat races here.
Yes, we've
the
done
public-
good.
How many viewers do we have?
We actually
20.
have. We got 20
20.
viewers.
Everybody's been listening
let's
to us
just
talk
talk
about
random
racing.
stuff.
That's 8 family members and 12 people that need to get a life.
See, here's what we need. We need a.
Wait! Look at Ultimate Dirt TV here. When is Dean paying for my flight to come and do some commentary? Oh, look at him! He brought out the trophy, Zach. Okay,
Is that
I see you,
real?
buddy.
Is that Wheeler himself?
Yeah, that is Wheeler himself, I
That is
believe.
Wheeler?
I
Come on,
believe
mate.
so.
You gotta take me to Australia, man. I've never been there.
I don't think I'd do very good in Australia. Me and snakes don't get along.
I'm worried about getting
I
kicked
would
back into
love,
the room.
I would love to hear Brett come and do Super Dirt Week, be one of the pit reporters, and hear him be like that. And hear him be like one of those guys, that one reporter, that Wade Unger from the Knoxville National, be like, "Do we have any Peter Breton fans out here? Aussie.
The best is when Wheeler goes, and we're doing Dante for Dante. I love that.
I love Brett. He is such a good announcer too.
Yes, he is.
He's incredible.
So, all right, now we're within 10 minutes here. Oh wait, Patrick's in here. Oh boy.
We can do.
So
We
I'm
can do a
watching
couple.
him,
We'll do a couple
waiting
more
to turn
minutes.
my computer on.
We'll do a couple more minutes, then I'll send it to break again.
All right, we got 22 viewers in here. You guys need to get a life or something because, geez Louise.
They're just here to talk about random stuff. I love it.
Honestly, if you want, I'd actually be so down to have like a podcast night.
Well, we got
I'd do it in a heartbeat, man.
Pitside Podcast Booth Boys Edition.
I know, that's what I'm saying. If we could just somehow talk Mr. Preston and Mr. Roger into kind of letting us just take over that real quick. I mean,
I bet you.
I'm not gonna say no.
I'm sure they won't have a problem with it.
I bet you
Yeah,
Roger is taking notes on how successful this is right now. 30-minute intermission or something with random talk. Pitside Podcast Booth Boys Edition. A drivers only broadcast.
Yeah. Oh, we should actually talk about that because that was just
Am I the
kind
only
of.
one actually racing? I'm in a league right now.
I'm gonna be racing. I haven't put any
Again,
practice
now.
down, I guess. Just gonna wing it, man. This ain't my division. These guys are better than me.
We actually do have a really good car count at the moment. We've got 25 drivers with us signed in. So somebody will be going home, and we'll talk briefly a little bit more about the Renegades in just a moment. What a race, and what a talk here, guys. What a talk. Nice job, guys. So
Yeah, I thought it was fun, man.
Yeah,
I think we can just finish on the drivers only broadcast, Marty. If you want to sit this one out, I think we could probably get some experience here.
That is
No, but that was a good idea, though.
Yes.
We talked about this before we came back from commercial, and kind of what the plan here is Marty wants to just kind of be in the background, do his normal Marty things, don't really commentate, and he's just gonna let us just kind of have it. This might be the greatest decision we've ever made in Coast to Coast Monday Night Broadcast, or it might be the absolute worst. I don't know. You're going to have to tune in and find out. We have 21 viewers right now. I bet we can have 50 if we're all doing the broadcast.
I'm doing all the sound bites.
Oh, man.
Oh, I love the sound bites.
All right, let's step aside and go to a break and get this Renegades race warmed up here. So we'll step aside on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
For Lucy Olsen, she has her first point. Yeah, Lucy Olsen, talented sophomore.
Welcome back to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We're ready to go for Renegades, brought to you by Dylan Westbrook Racing. Marty Sakala alongside Brandon Dittmer, Isaac Salas, Zach Chapman, and Dean Reynolds. And let's begin by talking about the Renegades here. Zach, with the two drivers that were going at it at Charlotte last week, that, of course, I'm talking about Brennan Lacey and Blake Chapman.
Yeah, that was amazing racing last week. Blake showed that, well, maybe gave the whole keys to everyone there in the league. Run the bottom there a little bit, save the right rear tire, and let it eat at the end. I'm anxious to see how that strategy works out tonight because with this long break, we've seen some guys run as many as 130 laps here in practice. So track is going to be beat up. It's going to be nothing like that B race. So we're going to see a lot of lanes, and we should see some good hard racing tonight.
But now, Brandon, no Brennan Lacey from what I see here on the lineup currently at the moment. So who could beat Blake Chapman and be the second different winner in two races?
Oh man, that's a tough one, especially since I've never seen anybody on this smaller track on the new build. But Patrick Spangler and Tyler Wilson both have done excellent jobs on getting around uh, these kinds of tracks. Um, yeah, Ross Carreno also throws his hat in the ring every now and then. Once if he can figure it out, those three are three to look at.
Well, why don't we take a look at the top 10 in speed so far? Brandon Templeton is the quickest at a 10.686. Jesse Bandy, Trent Verstraeten, Tyler Wilson,
Please make it a chance.
Jeff Flero, Dustin Sargent is 6th. For those wondering as well, Dean is taking part in the race here real quick.
Yeah.
So, but we'll try and see if we can get Dean to mute on Discord and then unmute when he gets done.
Go ahead. Yeah, actually, you can mute my hearing too.
Gotcha.
I'll come back when I get done.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Well, we're set to go for heat race number 1. Heat 1 brought to you by Flatline Racing Bodies. Here's the lineup for race number 1. Gentleman Jack Hitt on pole position next to Trent Verstraeten. He's in the 88. Row number 2, Kyle Sargent in the number 91. And the 200 driven by Jeff Flero. Row number 3 is Big Money, Dustin Sargent. He's in the 77. Next to the high side banger, Patrick Spangler in the 39. Rounding out the field this evening is Ross the Boss Carreno in the number 10. It seems like here at the moment, Isaac, some of the drivers to watch out for, the 2 fastest drivers here out of Heat 1, they're starting near the back.
Yeah, and I think some things to look about here. Trent, he was running just before we went to heats, so he knows what the track feels like. Gentleman Jack, I don't think he's been running here in a couple laps. Patrick just got on. I know he's been having computer issues and overheating, so he hasn't seen this track at all. So this is, jeez, Dean. But yeah, so I think it's gonna be fun. I think the speed is very evenly distributed throughout this race here.
Well, about to find out what goes down. Top 4 transfer to our 35-lap feature. Winner is on pole. Hitt and Verstraeten bring us to green. The heats are underway for the Renegades. And Hitt gets off to a good start. Verstraeten tucks in line in second. Sargent wants the inside. 3 wide for the lead for just a moment. Lap 1 is, oh man, what a move by Spangler to thread the needle, Zach. He's up to P2 and it's 3 wide for third.
Yeah, Jack Hitt just touched the wall there coming out of 4, and Spangler, lucky, like you said, threaded the needle. Here we go, throwing a slide. Is he going to throw the slider?
Just barely. Oh!
There we go, good move.
Oh, look
Patrick.
out.
That slowed him down.
This is going to be ugly. Frustrated. Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me right
like
now?
Larson and Ross Chastain at Darlington. We got a battle for the lead here.
Ross Carreno has closed in on Patrick Spangler last time by. An 11.76 for the boss. He is there on Spangler for the lead, Isaac.
Yeah, and he's just running the absolute top here. He's gonna try for the bottom, maybe a slider.
Slide job, Carreno, you bet. But Spangler counters it back here, Brandon, and he takes the lead.
Yeah, they're absolutely ripping the stop sign. That slider is working just fine, and that cut down is, if you get it just right, it's going to be hard to beat him into that next corner. But that top side's working really well for how worn this track is.
Quick update on Flero and Hitt. 6/10 separate them with 1 lap to go in Heat 1. Who's starting on pole tonight, Spangler or Carreno? Does Ross have anything? Top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. Can he make the move? You bet. The boss is on the pole.
Woo!
By just about a 1/10 of a second, Sargent and Flero transfer in.
Welcome to the
Amazing
race,
after a
fellas.
long practice. We're seeing 2 different races from what we saw in the B race. I mean,
Oh,
we didn't see anybody
absolutely.
rip the lip like that until there were about 4 or 5 laps to go in the feature.
Heat race number 2 brought to you by Langdon Mechanical. Here's the lineup. The Desert Demon, Terry Landis, starts on pole position. And next to him, the Bandy-built master of Jesse Bandy. Row number 2, it's the 31 of Brandon Templeton and the 63 of the Moose, Joe Masso. And in row 3, Barry Goldner in car 36 next to the Pink Panther, Jesse X in the 127. What a start to heat racing this evening here. Isaac, we've been having some fun here so far, and it continues.
Yeah, I'm loving the racing here. Like they had said, that top, we hadn't seen anybody rip the lips since like the last 5 laps of the feature in the last one. So I think the multi groove is gonna be here. That middle still looks strong, but man, that outside momentum's quick.
So 1 to go to the green flag here. Zach, who are you watching out for?
I mean, Terry Landis, tough to root against him on P1, and he loves running that bottom. But Jesse Bandy there, P2, I think that's who you got to go for here. He knows how to run the top. He's going to run hard.
Top 4 transfer winner starts next to Ross Carino on pole position. Heat race number 2 is on. Can Landis clear up on Jesse Bandy? He cannot. Bandy's got the edge entering turn number 3. Nearly 3 wide once again. The Bandyville Bastard leads lap number 1. Landis second. Templeton edges out Mosto for third. And here comes Atkinson underneath Zach for that final transfer spot.
Yeah, racing hard. You could put the, second through fifth under a blanket there. It's got to be smart here.
2 laps in the books here. Brandon Templeton sideways. I was gonna call out Brandon there on the broadcast, but ironically, Templeton nearly spins it.
Tell you what, he's still trying to make that bottom work, but it's just not there right now. He's got to get back to the top, and hopefully they mess up in front of him.
Jesse Bandy, though, starts to run away from the cops. 0.8 of a second lead. Quickest lap last time by. And 11.83. Everyone behind at least an 11.88 onward back. See Mosto a bit sideways. Templeton scrapes the wall. Does this help out Atkinson, perhaps, Isaac, with 3 to go?
Yeah, I'm thinking that momentum's just gonna reel him up just a little bit here if he can nail his entries.
Something back to the bottom.
Mosto, though, excuse me, Templeton, rather, though, it tried the slider line out. That did not work really with 2 to go here, Zach. Atkinson's got a chance at it.
No, yeah, you got to respect Templeton trying to throw it and get third, but he's got to be smart here and hang on to fourth as the battle gets close here.
Well, we know who's going to win this heat race. Who gets the final transfer spot? Is it Templeton or Atkinson? Give it to Brandon Templeton. Landis and Mosto joining on the transfers.
That's a fun race right there. I think the big thing to look out for that is, how they all migrated towards the top there. You don't know what that kind of turns into in these later heats, If everyone's running the top, that bottom might just come right back into it.
Absolutely. All right, let's move on to heat race number 3. Brought to you by a new sponsor, the Coast to Coast Racing League, Top Notch Trucking. Top Notch Trucking, doing your hauling needs in North Dakota, from hauling hay bales to water. And the service is, well, it's top notch. Starting lineup for heat race number 3 on the pole position, Isaac Salas, slide jobs in the 5. Next to Jeff Kemper in the 181. So how about that? The top 2 in Rebels, the front row for heat race number 3. Row number 2, Bob D. Good in the 7, and Cody Graham, he's in car number 2. And in row 3, John Short in the 51. Next to the Money King, Kyle Moonen in the 24.
Yeah, kind of unbelievable. I think Cody Graham finished in the 4th in the B race, if I'm not mistaken. So got the B race guys almost starting where they finished here in Heat 3.
Dan McLaren says can't get the car together in time, and says Trent needs to change his car number 2, LOL, and says let's go Solace. Gary says getting the firecracker menu figured out. Make sure you come to Griddle 27 and turn 1 this trip. I will text you making sure you're there in the morning. So anyway, heat race number 3 is underway. Oh my goodness, look at them wanting a 4 wide, no yaw for Kemper. Goes from second to last. It's like he had very little steering in the car. Salas ran away from it. Graham holds off to good for P2. And Moonen is up to 4th already, Brandon.
Yeah, just an absolute debacle at the beginning. They just let Isaac just get out on a very long leash there. And he is just running away with it. There's a good battle for second right now.
Moonen against Cody Graham. The Money King up 4 spots early. John Short's got the final transfer spot over Bob DeGood, but Zach, it's a fun race for P2.
Yeah, it is a close race for P2 here, but I just don't know with how many laps they put on the track in practice if we're going to see a bottom come back in. I'm anxious to see if that happens.
Yeah, we should mention that as well. That's a great point, Brandon. Let's talk a little bit about this more. A couple of drivers did at least 100 laps in practice with the long break we had.
Yeah, with the extended break or extended practice, they had a lot of time and they wanted to use every single second they could. Put a lot of wear on this track, and I think it was for the better because this is some fantastic racing. Cody Graham is doing a little cut down in the middle of the corners, and it's working really nicely for him, but he just can't get that run off.
Looks for that runner-up spot. Going to be tough, though, to take down the Money King, Kyle Moonen. Remember, Stephen Goldner said his Vanderbilt racing team needs to do a lot of work. Felt like an embarrassing performance to lose to Blake Chapman the way they did last week at Charlotte. Could have happened tonight, but Cody Graham nearly gets second at the line. Moonen edges him out a photo finish. If he came up just a little bit more, maybe a little less gas, Cody could have had it. But Salas wins Heat 3. And so now we go to Heat Race number 4, brought to you by Maurer Farm Management, the official sponsor of the Coast to Coast Retreads. On the front row, it's the salesman, Blake Chapman, next to the Macho Man, Tyler Wilson. Row 2 is the detective, Steven Spees, next to Superman, Kurt Schatzer. And in row 3, it's the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker, next to 100 Grand, Joseph Grandy in the 518. Let's get Isaac's line here open after a fun heat race. Man, you missed it, what was going on behind you, but I'm sure you're glad you missed it.
Yeah, I could hear you guys talking about it. It had me all nervous, to be honest with you. I was like, oh, geez, that sounds like a mess. And I looked down my relative. I was like, okay, it's not near me. We're good.
Yeah, they immediately started having problems right after we went to the green flag into turns 1, and you just got out on a very big lead.
Oh, good.
Very, very lucky.
Very lucky for this B-Main Bandit to be up towards the front here tonight.
Hey, you won the Rebels from the pole. Let's see if you can do the same thing from third.
From the third, yeah, we'll try. We'll try and get third from third.
Isaac's looking to go 2 for 3. Who won GT3 earlier tonight? Did Bob Light win it?
I don't believe he was there.
Oh. Okay. Well,
There we
then
go, green.
we'll see what happens. Salas is looking for the double crown, although it doesn't sound right, unlike the triple crown. But we're underway. Macho Man looks for a run on Blake Chapman for the race lead. Off of 4, Chapman tries to slide up, which he just barely. The salesman leads lap number 1 here, Zach.
Yeah, Blake's showing something a little different. Maybe Cody Graham ran it a little bit, but Blake's really running low on corner entry and kind of sliding up. It's not hurting him too bad in 1 and 2 here. He seems to get an advantage, but 3 and 4, it seems to be slower. I'd like to see him move up higher in 3 and 4 on entry.
Final transfer spot race here. Isaac Grandy takes 4th. Barker loses 2 spots.
Yep, and that's a fast 3 cars right there. Any 3 of these guys can get this final transfer spot, especially Speeds to get that momentum on the top here.
Speeds in the 5th position, quickest car on track last time by. Tyler Wilson, Blake Chapman 1190, but Brandon Wilson looks like he's starting to close in just a bit, but not really. Still 0.4 of a second.
Little by little, that slider line or whatever Blake's doing is working really well for him. That top line is going away just a little bit. Tyler is patient though. He will wait for his time to pounce, but I just think it's not enough right now.
Here's the race for 5th, just what Grandy wants to see behind him. Spees against Barker. Spees up in the cushion. There's 1 lap to go here, Zach. And Grandy pulling away for that final spot.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be much of a race there for 4th. Spees has his hands full trying to protect 5th, and I think he's just going to have to look for the B-Main to make his way in.
Coming to 3rd the line, it's Schatzer over Grandy. Blake Chapman wins Heat 4, Tyler Wilson 2nd. And so now it is B-Main time, brought to you by Gambler Motorsports, an official team of the Coast to Coast Racing League. Here's the starting lineup. On the front row, it's Gentleman Jack Hitt next to the Pink Panther, Jesse Atkinson. Row number 2, it's Jeff Kemper in the 181 and the Detective Steven Spees in the 55. Row number 3, Trent Verstraeten in the 088 and Barry Goldner in the 36. Row 4, Bob DeGood in the 7 and the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker in the 513. Rounding out the field this evening is Big Money, Dustin Sargent in the 77. 1 driver is going home tonight here, Zach.
Yeah, tough. You never want to see anybody go home, but in a good field like this, it's bound to happen. But just gotta hope that you're not a victim of anybody else's mistakes, and you just gotta run a clean race here.
Hello to Stephen Goldner watching in chat, rooting for the Vanderbilt team. Stephen, missing you out here tonight. Hope you can join us next week. We'll focus on the guy that has the final transfer spot, and again, that belongs to Bob DeGood. But we take the green. Ready to go green. Hit and Atkinson. Bring us down. Last chance showdown. How bad do you want it? Hit and Atkinson still remains side by side through turns 3 and 4. Lap 1 led by the Pink Panther. Let's go to the 8th place spot. Dustin Sargent against Jeff Barker. That's for 7th. So the Brewerton Beast currently with the final transfer spot for right now. This could help, though, Brandon. Bob DeGood close in.
Yeah, absolutely. But you got to remember, just to race smart here, there's always a possibility of something happening. You just need to be in the spot to take that last position if need be. And DeGood just working his way around there, just making sure he's staying safe.
A rough corner for 1 and 2 by Bob DeGood. Now he's pretty much just hoping that Sargent gets tied up with Barry Goldner, who's sideways. No, what a save from Barry, but he just paid the price, Isaac.
Yeah, and it snapped really bad back to the right there. I was surprised he actually didn't go head on into the wall. So let's see if he can rebound from this and go chase down Bob.
Absolutely. Barry believes he's got a better car than Bob DeGood. We'll see what happens. Last time by at the line, it was DeGood better by a ton, but DeGood's now sideways, but Barry's up in the wall. Not what he wanted, Zach. Barry had a huge chance to take 8th, and he threw it away.
Yeah, no, it seemed like Barry was going to get it there, but when he cracked the throttle, it jumped right on him, and he just ate a little bit of the wall with the right rear. We'll have to see if he can get him back here. He's got 1 more lap to do it.
His steering's in trouble. Actually, 3 laps to do it with a 10-lap B main. Let's focus.
Oh, yeah, 10.
Yeah, you're good, man. Let's focus our way back up on the front. 1 second lead from Jesse Exon on Steven Spees. Then it's hit for Straighten, Kemper, Dustin Sargent, Jeff Barker, and Bob DeGood. Best race on track is hit and first straighten. 1 lap to go in the last chance showdown. Verstraeten tries to slide up for 3rd. Doesn't work. Here they come off of 4. Atkinson wins the B main. Here they come for the race of the end for 8th position. Bob DeGood starts from 24th. Barry Goldner is headed to the concession stands a little bit early tonight. And so preliminary action is in the books for the Renegades. When we come back, it's feature time. 35 circuits at Limaland. Stay with us, the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
How about the reverse for Lucy Olsen? She has her first point. Yeah, Lucy Olsen, talented sophomore.
Warm-ups are in the books. Joseph Grandy the quickest at an 11:98. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Extreme E-Speed TV, the Coast to Coast Racing League, all the fine drivers and sponsors, we thank you so much for choosing to spend your Monday night with us. It's now time to meet the field of 24, ready to take the green for 30 laps here at Limaland Motorsports Park. Let's meet the field in the catalytic recovery starting lineup. On the front row, it's the boss, Ross Corina, next to the Bandy-Built Master, Jesse Bandy. Row 2, it's Sly Job, Isaac Salas in the 5 against the salesman, Blake Chapman in the 20. Row number 3, it's the high side banger, Patrick Spangler against the Desert Demon, Terry Landis. Row 4, the Money King, Kyle Moonen, next to the Macho Man, Tyler Wilson. Rounding out the top 10, the 91 of Kyle Sargent, and the 63 of Joe Masso. Row number 6 is the 2 of Cody Graham, next to the 218 of Superman Kurt Schatzer. Row 7, Jeff Valero in the 200, next to Brandon Templeton in the 31. Row 8, John Short in the 51, and 100 grand, Joseph Grandy in the 518. Row 9, the Pink Panther, Jesse X in the 127, next to the Detective, Steven Speeds in the 55. Row 10, Gentleman Jack Hitt in the 217, next to Trent Verstraeten in the 88. Row 11, Jeff Kemper in the 181 against Dustin Big Money Sargent in the 377. Rounding out the field this evening, the Brewer to Beast, Jeff Barker in the 513, and Bob D. Good in the 7.
I just realized that there's 2 big snakes in the second row. Blake Chapman has a big old snake on his door.
Oh yeah, that is true. Good point. It's pretty funny. Isaac, best of luck to you, man. Have fun. We'll bring in Dean since he's back in. Dean, who's your pick to win?
Well, my heart's with Salsa because my name is on the side of his car, but I want free popcorn in Knoxville, so come on, Blake Chapman.
We'll see what happens from coast to coast. We're at Limaland. It's week 2, and it's showtime.
My money's on Patrick Spangler. He's been hot.
It's the Lucy Olsen start off at turn 2. Corina comes out with the edge. Salas down to the inside. Can't make the corner work. Lap 1 of the books led by Corina. Jesse Bandy up at the cushion. No yaw from Salas. And he turns around Ross Corina. Corina, can he save it? I don't know if he did. He did it. And to the lead, the Bandy-Built Master, Jesse Bandy. That was wild, Dean.
Yeah, I know what exactly happened because I did the same thing. Got a little low in the 1, and that car digs in, and you let off the gas a little bit. It pushes, and that was a 4-wheel push right there, and nothing you could do. You can't get out of it.
A lot of drivers running the high side. Salas on the bottom. Surprising a little bit to see Chapman up high, especially how he performed at Charlotte last week. But now the salesman's underneath. Looked for the race lead on Bandy for just a moment, Zach, but doesn't get it to work. And here comes Kyle Moonen for P2, Zach.
Yeah, Kyle Moonen, where did he come from? He's just making it through. No contact for that guy, just slowly knifing, working his way up through, calm and collected. But we'll have to see if he's burning up his right rear too much. Seems like he's getting real sideways in the middle of the corner.
Good point, Zach. Good point.
Have to see, especially after what happened last week at Charlotte. Let's go to 5th on back. Patrick Spangler against Terry Landis for 5th. Oh my goodness, Brandon, who saw that coming?
Terry Landis and Patrick Spangler hanging right with each other. Terry just lost a lot of momentum, so Patrick's running away with it now. But it is a great battle on behind them, and they're about 3 wide right behind him. Oh wow!
This is some unbelievable stuff we are watching here. How has nobody? I'm not gonna say it just yet. I'll see how long this goes.
Don't do the announcer's kiss of death there, Marty. Come on.
Let's go to the race for the lead here. 3 cars under a blanket. Chapman underneath Bandy doesn't work. 10 laps in the books. And the leaders... Go ahead.
I think if you're Isaac right now, you're in the driver's seat. He did the smart thing. He's going to run the bottom, save the tires a little bit. Got a big gap behind him, you know. Odds are, nobody wants to say it, but odds are this doesn't go caution-free. Just save your stuff a little bit. Let the field pack back up and go get him.
Here comes Moonen for P2. Chapman tried to shut the door. Opens up the basement. Caution, big money. And couple of cars involved. There's Corina, there's Schatzer, Short, Jack Hitt. And that was just about in front of the leaders too, guys.
Got a little parking lot there.
It's a Waffle House down the back straight, Dean. In the words
Yeah.
of Rick Yesterman, they're scattered, smothered, and
Scattered,
covered.
smothered, and covered.
Marty kept from saying it, but Zach just went ahead and went for it.
Zach did not give any you-know-whats. Here's a look at
No.
what happened.
Yeah, it looks like Dustin Sargent gets a little sideways in front of Kurt Schatzer, and Schatzer's got nowhere to go.
If you were coming in on high,
that
you were...
is a tough thing in
Or
these
maybe
sprint cars.
not.
Coming off the corner, your car does want to kick out. It really does.
Actually, looking back at it, Schatzer may have just had a big run. He may have made Sargent get a little sideways there.
Alrighty, it's choose time here. Jesse Bandy selects the outside. Him and Blake Chapman, row 1. Row number 2, Isaac Salas, Kyle Moonen, Terry Landis, Patrick Spangler. Row number 3. Row 4, Brandon Templeton, Tyler Wilson. Row 5, Steven Spees, Joe Moss. So let's watch this from the catalytic recovery blimp as we come back to the green. Oh, excuse me, from the Chapman Racing
got
Grill.
money for the blimp. I like it.
I'm sorry, not that. I'm sorry, messed up there. That was from the lineup. This is the Chapman Racing drone. I'm sorry.
Oh, there you go. But is the blimp here? Is it still here? Is it up there?
It's up there. It's still up
Okay,
there.
that's good. All right.
So, all right. Should be going green this time. Yes, we are.
Marty probably drives the drone right into the blimp.
Nice
Good
restart.
start by Bandy.
Ooh, Salas hits the Tory tire just barely. Loses a spot to Spangler. Spangler moves up to 4th. And here comes the high
big
side
right back,
Spangler. Oh, man. Caution's out. Corinna's in it. Schatzer's also in it. And maybe even more. And Schatzer, his 218 won't fire.
Ugh.
Let's take a look. It was just 3 wide. Ooh, Sargent got sideways in front of Corinna. There is hit. Someone lost a front wing, and that came from the boss. Shoes should be coming next lap. Again, this is a brand new rule in the Coast to Coast Racing League after a lot of praise from the high limit. And so Spangler selects the outside. This is going to get interesting as Bandy and Spangler share row number 1. Let's see what happens as we come back to the green flag. This one I was very scattered on the
That was
outside.
an interesting restart.
They're going to bring the yellow flag back
Yeah,
out.
bring it out. They don't have the lineup right. Something's going on with the lineup.
Yeah, I think there was a little confusion there, and not everybody picked their line on the backstretch, and I think Patrick Spangler got to the high side a little early.
I think that was the case, where Spangler was up top a little bit too early. That's what was confusing me too. I don't know why Spangler was moving all the way up top for just a
This is a
moment.
tough deal to do the picking with Limaland because when you're single file, you're almost 2/3 the way around the track.
So they are figuring things out. While we're at it, let's talk about the schedule for the rest of the week, brought to you by Dylan Westbrook Racing. Check and see here. Nope. We're still waiting for the pace car to catch up. Tomorrow on Asphalt Tuesday, what you'll see live and on the air, we've got the trucks at Nashville Super Speedway. Wednesday, the Hometown Heroes at Limaland, as well as Nashville Super Speedway for the Xfinity Series. Then on the Cup side of things, on Thursday Night Thunder, you've got the small and the big blocks at Williams Grove, and the Cup Series at Nashville Super Speedway. Sunday on Extreme E-Speed TV, the Sunday Night Showdown is the Pro Late Models at Lernerville. And then for Monday Night Madness at brought to you by the Oshrican Speedway, we are at Lucas Oil. All the things you can watch on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, and again, every Monday night, you have the opportunity to watch on 2 different streams, also live on Slide Job Racing Network. So I believe we have everything figured out here.
They look good, except for Jeff Parker.
So here's how the lineup looks. Kyle Moon and Jesse Bandy, row 1. Blake Chapman, Isaac Salas, row 2. Patrick Spangler, Brandon Templeton, row 3. Tyler Wilson, Terry Landis, row 4. Row 5, Joseph Grandy and Steven Spees. 14 laps go up on the board, 21 laps to go. Let's try it once again. Great jump from Jesse Bandy. Moonen stays stuck in second. It's a Bandy-built 1-2 at the moment. Salas moves up to third. Spangler looks for fourth on Chapman. He's got that high side working. And Spangler moves to P4 here, Zach.
Yeah, there's my pick. He's showing up when the time's right. About little.
Oh, here we go with a slide jump. Salas, Moonen lets on the binders. And did he secure it? He did. The caution's out. Salas goes to second. We had Trent Verstraeten go around, and I believe Kyle Sargent too. Perfectly timed. He does. He moved up to second.
Isaac just crashed the Bandy party.
4 wide into turn number 1.
I'm watching him too. I'm watching Isaac. He's like, that's a move.
We can see.
He's like, yep,
Now you cannot see the faces right now, but we can see him off the air, and yes, he is hyped.
I think he opened up the window and yelled out, saying, "Guys, did you see that?"
try to yell out to the world.
Now, it's a case of damned if you do, damned if you don't. Do you follow the leader here, Isaac, or do you do your own thing?
He nods yes.
Yeah, I think Isaac stays top as
Yep,
well.
he's on the outside.
Tire wear's not quite there yet, so you run the top.
He's on the outside of row 2. Spangler, the first car down low. Blake Chapman on the inside of row 2. Then it's Templeton, Moon in row 3. Row number 4, that is Masso and Wilson. Top 10 is Grandy and Speeds. Another Mission 22 restart. As we're set to go once again. There goes Bandy.
Changed it up, did a little later start this time.
Oh, look at that slide jump from Spangler perhaps, but Salas has the lane and moves to P2. Wilson up on the wall for just a moment. Look out, Gradient short around. Everybody avoids him. Oh my goodness me.
So now that's where Patrick Spangler be going from 4th to 2nd there on the bottom. He took the gamble and a caution came out, so he'll restart here in second.
Now, I don't know if you noticed, but Bandy just whacked the wall. It almost looks like he's trying to avoid the pace truck, but he whacked the wall pretty hard. And with these new damage models, sometimes you can hit just right and get some damage. So, we'll have to take. It looks like his tires are all straight though, but
man,
Marty, if you back up, yeah, he hit the wall hard.
Let's see. Let's go to the yellow flag and show you Bandy. I was referring to the wreck where how in the world nobody hit Short and Sargent, I don't know. Oh, Salas got in the back of Jesse Bandy as everyone was slowing up for the pace car. Give you a quick rewind here before we come back to green. Yeah, I just didn't see that coming.
Kyle Moonen first to choose the inside lane, starting right next to Bandy.
Here we come back to the green flag. Salas did lose a couple of positions as Bandy holds serve once again. Moonen to second, 3 wide for the 4th spot. Salas the one up on that top shelf. Blake Chapman wants to slide up. How about Brandon Templeton in that 31? Making his way in the top 5, the highest he's been so far tonight. Here, Dean.
Yeah, he's bringing out his inner Brennan Lacey, and you know, it might come because that outside's going to get thinner and thinner and thinner.
Absolutely, that cushion curl. Oh, Brandon sideways. What a save by him, Zach.
Yeah, commentator's curse. We talk about cautions, and then we talk about Brandon, and we ruin the poor guy's run on the bottom.
Let's watch up front here for the lead. 1-2 Bandy Belt with Bandy and Moonen. Remember, Bandy Belt is angry after what happened last week. Oh, man, you're right. That is Barker, Het, Short, Flaro.
What is it? All the admins got together?
I believe so. Let's take a look.
I wasn't aware of any admin meetings.
Yeah, oh my God. I mean, they might not be admins of sprints, but they're admins in other divisions as well.
Yep. So Flaro hooked Barker, and Hit has nowhere to go, so just really a 3-car incident.
Now's where the tires are going to start to figure in a little bit, and then by lap 27, 28, you're really going to feel them. So this is going to be an interesting restart. I see Jesse moved his wing back a little, another notch or two.
Good point.
Yep.
Zach, real quick, what do you think it is we come back to green?
I was impressed with what Brandon did there. I'm anxious to see if Patrick can make the bottom work and hold on to second here and break up this bandy 1 and 2, because as long as they run 1 and 2, it's going to be tough for anybody to win this race.
Alrighty, 12 laps to go. Will we take the green flag? Bandy and Spangler, row 1. Moon and Salas, row 2. Row 3, Wilson, Chapman. Row 4, Templeton, Spees. Row 5, Grandy and Masso. Your biggest
a lot of wings went back on this yellow.
Biggest,
Look at them all.
Great point, Dean. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great restart from Patrick.
Stays tucked right behind Bandy. Doesn't even lose a single spot. Look out. Grandy's around. Into the pack and collects Schatzer and Kyle Sargent. And we are back to yellow once again. They do not count the lap, so I believe we'll have one more double file restart before we go single the rest of the race.
Now, here's an interesting point that actually I just heard over the weekend. I guess your tires can seal over if you have a couple yellows in a row. So I don't know about that. I'm going to start reading on it in the forums, because I need all the speed I can because I stink. So, but the last thing I need to do is have tires seal over. And I wonder if that's what's maybe happening, because some cars are really getting sideways coming out of the corners.
So Templeton got sideways in front of Grandy, and just the 518 just did not see that coming. That makes Spees now the biggest mover of the race, up 11 spots. So we're 1 to green once again. It will be a 10-lap shootout.
Not what Bandy wanted to see here, because you have Patrick on the bottom and Isaac up top, and this will be the last double file restart, so they put themselves in good spots here for the end of the race.
Tyler Wilson's sneaking up a little bit too.
Tyler is slowly creeping up. Yes, he is.
11 to go. Here we go.
Ooh,
Oh,
Isaac,
man, that is tight. That is tight racing up front. Oh, Landis hit the Tory tire. Oh, my goodness, a Flaro wheelie. On a 4 wide and a 3 and 4. They're just about 5 wide, and it's going to end ugly.
Lots of contact down the front.
Cody Graham.
One around.
Caution's out. Sargent's also around. And one's upside down. That's Dustin. And that is a lot of rear bite.
All starts with Isaac just playing nice there. Patrick got sideways going into turn 1, and it was just a chain from there.
I think they're all in territory they haven't been at yet. Short track, new set, tire wear, sealing over, cycling. I think because even Bandy got sideways coming off.
Jeff Flaro had a wild wheelie. He pulled a Dino.
Oh, nice. Yeah, cool.
And then we also saw as well Dustin Sargent have a Moonin moment where he had a lot of rear bite. We'll show you here in just a moment. So he got on his side first. He hailed Melandet. Just the throttle was hung.
Jesse's wing, I think, what do you think, guys, at 8? I think he might even have it all the way back.
Probably all the way back.
I know with my skill level, I have it all the way back here. Tough to tell with a good driver.
He's got it. Him and Blake have got him way back.
Ready for the restart. 8 laps to go. Bandy continuing to lead, but Spangler wants that first win of this season badly. Jesse Bandy has never won in the Renegades. He has won a bunch of Rebels races. Can tonight be the night? But there's contact. Spangler put the bumper on him, and here comes Moon and Zach.
Yeah, I don't think Patrick even means to do that. He is just so much quicker in the
Oh!
middle of the corner.
Slide job from Spangler. Bandy keeps it, and here comes Moon with 6 to go.
Yeah, no room for Moonen to throw the slider, though, because he's got his teammate right there. This is going to get interesting.
And Spangler hangs on to P2 for right now. How much high side does he has? He tries to thread the needle. 5 laps to go. Slide jump. Spangler. Too much of a set. And the wall goes to 39. He's back to third. Moonen to P2. Coming to 4 to go, Brandon.
Oh my god, this is so intense. Moonen finally slipped by Patrick after he got the wall, and Patrick is still right there on his butt. There goes
Moonen.
Inside slider.
Slide jump. Moonen. He's got it. 4 to go. What a race.
Oxygen for Marty.
Bandy takes second spot back. But for how long? Spangler tries to throw the slider. 2 to go for Kyle Moonen. He's trying to run away from it. Spangler tries to stay in the throttle. He does. Bandy too much off of 2. He's out of the podium. Chapman back to third. White flag is out. We're on the last lap. After a rough and tough heartbreak ending to last week, the Vanderbilt Nation is on top. This time, Kyle Moonen wins in the Renegades. Spangler second and Chapman third. Another phenomenal race. And they're all going crazy in turn 2. We've got contact. Bandy is around. Oh my goodness, what a race.
I'm sure there's a lot of emotions going through Bandy's head right now, but I truly believe that's a clean slider there by Patrick. Looked like he had plenty of time to maybe lift out and go under, but at the end of the race, you're just going for it, so you can't blame him either way.
I think Jesse cooked his tires, too. I think it was inevitable.
A 7th place finish from Bandy at the end. So, here are how your results look. Yeah, what a race, guys. Absolutely. Moonen the win, Spangler second, Chapman third, Steven Spees fourth, 5th Tyler Wilson, Jeff Kemper, the hard charger, from 21st to 6th. Jesse Bandy 7th, Isaac Salas 8th, Joe Masso 9th, Trent Verstraeten in 10th, Jack Hitt 11th, Brandon Templeton 12th, Jesse Exon 13th, Cody Graham 14th, Terry Landis 15th, Jeff Flero in 16th, 17th, Jeff Barker, 18th, Bob DeGood, 19th, Kyle Sargent, and 20th, Ross Carina. 21st, Dustin Sargent, 22nd, John Short, 23rd, Kurt Schatzer, Joseph Grandy, 24th. Alrighty, let's see here. We are ready for the proceedings, and we will begin with our 3rd place finisher in Blake Chapman. Blake, how much fun did you have tonight, especially in those final laps?
Yeah, those final laps were fun, but the rest of the race itself really wasn't too much fun. Since all those cautions, and then guys could figure out if they wanted to go high or low, and that was kind of annoying. But yeah, those last laps, like you said, they were really fun. I felt like I was pretty fast there towards the end. Those last 3 or 4 laps, I felt like the car was pretty good. Just had a little too much gear in it, but otherwise, I think Shorty had us hooked up pretty good tonight. Just make that adjustment for next time.
Well, 2 starts in. Early points leader. How are you feeling about the season so far?
Yeah, I like this new update. I think it's definitely a little bit more challenging. I think that's really good. So, just still haven't done a whole lot of racing since the new update came out. So, just about getting laps in and getting comfortable in these new cars.
Alrighty, hype Dean up. Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Oh yeah, he knows it's coming. But first, I got to thank my parents and grandparents for watching and supporting, and all the boys down at the Krite Sim Racing team running with Terry tonight. Joe and Preston couldn't make it, but and Shorty had us hooked up with the setup man tonight. And I got to thank those guys. And of course, I got to give a shout out to Galen's Gourmet Popcorn. You guys know how delicious that is. Head over to the website. Use code CART, C-A-R-T, at checkout for 15% off some of their delicious popcorn. And I got to thank you guys for putting this on.
Unfortunately, he did not raise the discount after his win from Charlotte. But, hey, you still had a good run, man. Great job tonight.
Thanks, Marty.
Good run, Blake.
Yeah. We always love it when Blake Chapman promotes that popcorn. So, second place.
Popcorn.
Don't sleep on the mixed nuts that they have either. Do not sleep on those. They're delicious.
Okay, you're making Dean hungry.
I like it.
All right, the second place finisher in Patrick Spangler. Patrick, that's got to be a tough break, man. Coming oh so close to that win.
Yeah, just trying to buy some time there. I know Isaac's probably not happy with me there, but it's just no holds barred on those restarts because everyone wants the top there. The middle was okay, but you need the run to get off the top, and it's so hard with the outside guy to start controlling the starts like that. So yeah, that was interesting.
Did you think you had the slide job nailed there when you went for the lead, or not really?
No, because I just slammed into the wall and took my only 2x. Because on the last build, you could hit the cushion, and you get traction from the cushion there, but now you can't. So now you basically come to a stop in front of the person, and if they don't turn down, they're going to hit you in the butt. And I don't know. I don't like it. It seems like it's more like that modifies and late models from last season, and the track's really changed.
It was still a good run for you. Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Just the whole gaggle of guys up here. Looks like the mystery machine up here in the broadcast booth.
Yes.
Roger put in the league, even though he's just catching some fish. Hopefully he beats Gary and Priya, who's going up to meet him. Bill to beat him and catching fish. And then dad, uncle back home watching. Wife let me race. Dad, uncle back home watching. And Triangles Racing. Tyler had a good run.
That mystery machine.
Yeah.
I love it.
You going to be in Lernerville this weekend, Patrick? Because I know Gary will.
I will not. He was just out here this weekend, but no, I got to stick out here this weekend.
Gotcha.
I'll be back for another race probably later on this season.
All righty. Sounds good. Good to see you, man. Great job tonight.
Good on, Patrick.
Good job, Patrick.
So I got a random question. If we are all in the mystery machine, is Buddy Scooby-Doo?
It has to be.
Yes, he has to be, right?
I feel like I know who Shaggy is.
Oh, that's good. That is good. Alrighty. Extreme E-Speed Victory Lane, we go to Kyle Moonen, your winner.
Welcome back to Kyle Moonen.
Kyle, it was a rough way for Vanderbilt to end last week, but hey, you got them back out on top.
Yeah, it was nice. I kind of thought I was in trouble there, those last couple of restarts, but thankfully had just enough, left in it to make it happen. So.
Absolutely. Now, those final laps, we're watching the pass for the race lead on Jesse Bandy. I know he's your teammate and good friend. Were you considering being patient or not really because you guys had Spangler on your tail? You had to throw that slide job.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those. I mean, you gotta go. So it's you really can't, wait too much. Try to be as helpful as you can, but like I say, if we would have waited, we both just would have, went backwards. He, ran up front the whole race, probably used his tires up a little bit more, than I did, because the first 15 laps I was kind of just cruising, right there behind Blake, trying not to spin the tires and just keep the car under it. So that probably helped some.
How are you feeling, though, about this new build?
It's definitely a little different. I don't mind it. I mean, the tire wear definitely adds something to it. As much as that sucked for Steven and Brendan last week, that it worked out good for Blake, and he was smart, saved his tires, and it worked out there at the end. So it's kind of nice to have something to mix it up a little bit, I guess you could say.
Well, next week we've got Lucas Oil coming up on the schedule. I know that's Brennan Lacey-esque track. What does the outlook look like, though, with this new build?
It's going to be a lot different. A lot of actually everything we used is pretty much trash now, and starting from scratch. So we'll see if Brendan stays down on the bottom, or if he's going to have to work his way back up to the fence.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
Just all the guys at Vanderbilt, Ross Corona at Velocity Race Designs, you guys for the broadcast, and everyone that helps put on the league.
Alrighty, man. Well, we'll let you go. Congratulations. A great win for you tonight.
All right. Appreciate it, guys.
Kyle Moonen, your winner in Extreme E-Speed TV Victory Lane. Alrighty, Dean, do we have him?
Oh, well, no. I don't even know where he is now.
It's because he showed up early, that's why.
Buddy, where the heck are you? Oh, there you are.
Uh-oh.
We can go get him. I'll go get him. I'll be right back. Hold on.
All right. He's going to go get him. And, man, 2
We're gonna
races
go-
in. Real quick, while we were at it, Zach, 2 races in, 2 phenomenal races.
Yeah, and I mean, the top guys are doing what you expect. I imagine after we get a points update, I don't know what incidents looked like, but I mean, Moonen, Chapman at the top, I'd imagine, and it's going to be a great battle all season between those guys.
Alrighty, it's time for the cutest segment in the Coast to Coast Racing League. It's buddy time!
He looks so annoyed.
He's like, why'd you bring me up here once again?
No, he wasn't laying down. He was just sitting there staring at me for some strange reason. He enjoys his time.
He's waiting for his Scooby snacks.
What are you doing, huh?
He enjoys his
Yeah,
time.
what are you doing? Yes, he does. What are you doing, huh? Now that you're on the champion video, you enjoying yourself. You got the limelight, don't you?
I know, that's
He's
true. I
famous.
forgot. I forgot he's on the champion video.
And don't forget, he's on a paint scheme in iRacing, too.
That's true. Patrick Spangler. Apparently, Patrick was running that in the in official races the other day.
Yep. Yep. So, alrighty. As we put on a cap to this one, guys, final thoughts. I'll begin, Isaac, and we'll go counterclockwise.
I thought it was a blast, man. The tire wear adds a crazy new element into these races. I was trying to play patient, but I know I was on the loud pedal a little too much, and I was loose by the time that it got down to the big dance. I thought it was a blast all night. I think I think all the tracks are starting to get a little bit more racy. I'm excited to see what some of the other short tracks during the season start to look like. Maybe and even during official races, I think like tracks like Fairbury that is kind of just pound the fence. I think there might be some good racing here. So I'm pretty excited to see what these Renegades can do. And well, they're the Renegades for a reason.
Brandon?
Yeah, like Isaac said, the new their tire wear and the way the track is now running off is so much slower, and it's making so much for better racing. There's no cushion to go up and run on. You actually have to make what you have count, and it's just been phenomenal. The Rebels especially, I'm so surprised with the way that they've been racing. They have been absolutely amazing so far, and the Renegades are definitely not short of that. They have been absolutely outstanding.
Zach?
Hey, always fun to, well, I guess we're calling this tandem here. Always fun to sit in the mystery machine with you guys and do the podcast.
Should all bring out a mystery machine paint next week.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun doing this with you guys. Get to call some amazing racing, but just to go back on, like I said, watching guys like, Moonen, Chapman, Lacey, Isaac, raced his way up into the A race every night, That he's also another one, he keeps this up. He could be in the talk for the A points, and he's a B Series driver. So a lot of storylines this year, and it's just been fun to call these races with you guys.
Finally, Dean.
Well, the one thing I noticed, and let me be the technical guy here for one time. I noticed the difference between the Rebels and the Renegades. I'll tell you what, those last 5 laps mean everything when your tires are going. And that's going to be a unique situation because I think Blake found it at Charlotte and knew what to do. Kyle found it here and knew what to do. But I think you're going to see so many different winners because what you did the week before might not work the next week. That's going to be the interesting thing. That 35 laps now is going to be huge in the Renegades.
Absolutely. So that does it for week number 2 tonight. Again, next
Marty?
week. Oh, yes?
You didn't give your thoughts on the night?
Oh, okay.
You're a part of this?
All right.
He's just a commentator. That's all.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, my bad.
What a race, though. What a race. A fun race, too. Another race that almost left me speechless once again. A great start to the year. One of the best starts that we have seen the Coast to Coast Racing League in a while. So that'll do it for us here tonight, everyone. So glad you could join us on Monday Night Madness. And we will be back for next week at Lucas Oil. On behalf of everyone at Extreme E-Speed TV, Coast to Coast Racing League, Osh Weekend Speedway, all the fine drivers and sponsors, Roger Craig, Preston Cranmer, and all the fine admins, on behalf of my broadcast partners tonight, Brandon Dittmer, Isaac Salas, Zach Chapman, and Dean Reynolds, Marty Sakala signing off. Congrats to your winners, Isaac Salas and Kyle Moonen here at Limaland.